So, a few days ago, we released quite a candid video about blind spots, the ones that impact your conversations, your decisions, your performance, and ultimately your career. And the frustrating part, like a little mosquito that's biting away at your ankle, you don't even know it's there. Because if you could see it, it wouldn't be a blind spot. I'm Dave Pender. I've spent the last 27 years in sales and sales leadership. And on this channel, I share practical ideas, mistakes I've made, and leadership blind spots that can make a real difference to the way that you lead and sell. And if you watched our last video, you'll know blind spots are already affecting every one of us. They're costing us opportunities we never realized were there. They're causing us to repeat the same conversations, the same frustrations, and sometimes the same mistake for years. And for many of us, they're causing our careers to stall. Now, we are capable, right? We care, right? All of us, we do. But we just can't see what we've been missing. And you can't improve what you can't see. So when I think about it and looking back over my career, one pattern became impossible to ignore. That so many of the mistakes I made were down to things I weren't even aware of, right? Occasionally, like a great colleague or a trusted leader would point something out, or maybe I'd discover it myself, but it was always later than I wanted. And every time I thought I'd finally understood what had been holding me back, there were still other blind spots affecting my thinking that I hadn't even begun to recognize. Now, over the years, we've coached salespeople, sales leaders, sales execs, and again, we watched talented people plateau. And their experiences and challenges were different, but one thing was always the same. None of them could see the thing that was limiting their performance. So once Dan and I recognized that pattern, we became obsessed with one question. How do you help someone uncover something that they don't even know to look for? Because that's the problem with blind spots. You don't know where they are. You don't know what questions to ask. And often you don't even know what you should be looking for. So that question became months of work, hundreds of conversations, countless iterations, and one very deliberate challenge. Whatever we built had to be genuinely different and solve this problem exceptionally well. So today, after months of work, we are incredibly proud to introduce Blind Spots. It's designed specifically for sales professionals and sales leaders to uncover what you've been missing, explain why it matters, and give you clear actions to move beyond what's been holding you back. You log in, choose how you want to use it, and then Blind Spots gets to work, right? So you might upload a transcript, talk through your day, review a coaching conversation, explore an important decision, whatever you prefer. And then Blind Spots will look for the assumptions, the recurring patterns, the hidden opportunities, and the things that you have almost certainly missed. And it doesn't just examine them in isolation, it considers them within the context of your role, of your goals, and what success looks like for you. And then it highlights where your thinking, your decisions, your priorities, where they may have drifted away from what you were trying to achieve all along. So then you can course correct before those blind spots become really costly mistakes. And then it gives you clear actions to move beyond them. Now, one of the first questions people are likely to ask is, why wouldn't I just build this in ChatGPT or Claude? And that's a fair question, right? They're brilliant. We use them every day. But recreating blind spots yourself, that would mean knowing exactly which questions to ask, building and continually refining the prompts, repeatedly giving it context of who you are, what your goals are, what good looks like, challenging your own thinking, recognizing recurring patterns across weeks and months, and then deciding what to do with everything you uncover. And even if you know how to do that, that is a lot before you even start improving. So we wanted to remove that work. So we built blind spots to do one specific thing, not thousands of general ones, one specific thing exceptionally well to help you see what you've been missing and move beyond it. And there was another principle we refused to compromise on. We weren't interested in helping people just recognize a blind spot. That's kind of cool, but then you probably just close the browser and carry on exactly as before. Recognition isn't enough. It's actions that change your future. So that's why every insight, it ends up with a clear, actionable next step. Because seeing the problem, that's only the beginning. And the wins here are enormous, right? Every blind spot you uncover, it's one less thing holding you back. So over time, you win more deals, you hit your targets more consistently, your customer conversations have more momentum, You're making decisions with greater confidence. Your coaching conversations are sharper. Your forecasts are more reliable. You're spending more time on work that is genuinely aligned with your role and what you're trying to achieve. And you stop drifting away from your goals without realizing it. You don't suddenly become perfect, right? None of us do. But this is going to stop you repeating those patterns and actually help you to do something about it. So, if you've been following this channel for a while, you'll probably recognize the themes, right? Communication, curiosity, momentum, time, certainty, support, the stories we tell ourselves. And at their core, they're all about helping you make better decisions by sharing what we've learned through our own mistakes and observing thousands of others throughout their careers. Because our aim is to help you see what you've been missing and then move beyond it. And blind spots is the next step in that journey. So if today's video resonated with you, I would encourage you to see what you've been missing. The link to Blind Spots is in the description below. It is live from today. And Dan and I have poured enormous amounts of thought, of experience, and of care into building blind spots. And if you watch this far, you already know you have blind spots. The only question is, what have you been missing? If you're ready to find out, the link to Blind Spots is in the description below. And thank you for watching. Let's go.